Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, and this is your June monthly reading. Today, we're going to start off with a yummy Celtic cross spread, and then I'll close off the reading with the tarot card from the Herb Crafters Tarot. That will be for the Aquarian Collective. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so only take what resonates. If you are interested in getting more context, you can check your sun, moon, rising, and north node for additional information. If you would like a personal reading, I have links in the description below, as well as links to my social media where you can connect and enjoy more tarot. And those are Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. Okay, Aquarius, get the right card deck here and we'll get going. I'm going to tune in to your greater being and pull this spread. So give me just a moment. All right, Aquarius. In your current situation, Aquarius, it seems that you've been or are going through some challenging kind of times. So you're either kind of on the tail end of that or you're like up against it right now. It seems like there's a lot going on, and I think some of the things can be really good, and a lot is happening. But you might feel a little bit like, whoa, I need a little bit of personal time, because the challenge that comes over that is the Temperance card. So there may be this need to tend to a little bit of balance because there is so much going on, and maybe you're just not getting enough solitude or alone time that you might need in order to just feel rejuvenated and feel refreshed and feel like you can be in balance. We will get some clarifiers to look deeper into that. In your focus, you have the High Priestess. This is a beautiful energy of just embodying wisdom and embodying grace, and it feels so good and it feels so empowering. Your heart is definitely open to this. If you don't feel super open to this at this time, you may want to really focus on opening up into your own inner wisdom and into giving yourself grace and into moving into that energy. It feels very much like something that is an attractive force that you're meant to be working with at this time. The High Priestess is the guardian of the gate to the Garden of Eden. So she protects something very sacred, and you're meant to be in those energies within yourself. Now, in the past, you're leaving behind the Page of Wands. So there may have been a focus that you had previously, but it was quite small. And even though right now in your current situation you're dealing with a lot and you have a lot coming at you, I think it's something you've manifested. I think it's all of your desires kind of coming in all at once, and you might be like, whoa, and there may be a little bit of an adjustment period here as you get your bearings. So you could have a lot of clients reaching out. You could be getting a lot of emails and trying to manage that. You could just really be working your way through these new energies. So while they feel good, they feel a little overwhelming. So I think you're recognizing, hey, I have to leave behind the past of just things were kind of trickling in. Now a lot is coming at you, and it's through what you've created. Now your strength is the Ten of Cups. Your strength is the ability to emotionally embody this experience and to really set your sights and keep your sights set quite high. But in the process, you also get to slow down once in a while and enjoy everything that you've done here. In the future energies coming in, you get the Knight of Wands. So again, this is a forward moving, passionate energy. This is bravery. This is curiosity, and it's action. And so it's interesting because you're coming off just getting used to having more attention or getting more clients or being more busy. And then there in the future comes in even more action. And we'll see, we'll clarify to see if it's in the same vein as all of this. In the advice and support, you get the Eight of Swords. There was another sign that got this. I just can't remember which one. It might have been Virgo. And the Eight of Swords here is pretty, she's pretty tied up. She or he, pretty tied up with their own thoughts, pretty inclined to be overthinking at times, or being a little bit too much up in the mental energies. So there's a recognition coming in as the advice of this is something that you need to work on. In your environment, you get the Page of Pentacles, another page. We've got curiosity. We're opening up to maybe having more abundance and resources and knowing what to do with more wealth, trusting ourselves. You might also be considering a savings account of some kind, or you're putting away and squirreling away money for savings. In your hopes and fears, you get the Fool. I think there's moments, in your success here, Aquarius, where you feel like, oh my God, did I take the red pill, or did I take the red pill here? And I really took the leap, and I went for it, and wow. And now here I am, maybe trying to juggle, how am I going to juggle everything? How am I going to schedule everything? How am I going to manage everything? And this is an absolutely natural either fear or, hope to have when you're going through this level of growth and expansion that I see in your reading here, Aquarius. And for the potential outcome, you get the Hierophant, which is the High Priest, which is the match to the focus area here of the High Priestess. So we have the High Priestess in the number 2 position. The Empress is in between her and the Hierophant. So the outcome is you having more stability and authority over everything that you're having to manage. So this looks like an amazing Jupiter feeling exponential kind of growth opportunity for you, but also one that has you a bit like, holy crap, what am I going to do, right? And so there may be those moments peppered in here. Let's look at the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. It is very much the energy of, oh my gosh, things are coming at me really fast. It's clarified by the King of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Again, we have a double Seven of Wands. This can be like, whoa, I have to fend off all this, like keeping up with my emails and the comments. You might be in a place, Aquarius, where you need to consider hiring an assistant for your business. If you're an entrepreneur, especially, you might need someone to kind of help you out with some of the things so that you can really stick with the magic and the experience of whatever you're offering here. You're super passionate though. You with someone or just by yourself, you're going to do this with this King of Wands coming up here. But you just might feel a little more comfortable if an assistant could come and take care of a couple of these wands, even somebody just part-time or as some sort of trade, or maybe you just need help on a few things and to reach out and ask for that, because your challenge here is temperance. So I don't think you've quite made the move. You may have been thinking about asking for help, but you haven't done it yet. And temperance is letting us know, hey, I'm challenging you to do this. And you get the Four of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Yes, you've been maybe a little resistant to maybe spending the money or the finances on an assistant or asking for help at this juncture, but you're also getting totally overwhelmed. And while I see the little bit of resistance in the Four of Cups, because this is your creation and maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to really share it. And I'm, who can I trust to help me with this? And some of those Yeah, there it is. Some of those doubts and fears. But the Six of Pentacles comes in and says, hey, this will help you balance it out. You are still in the leader's seat here. You're still holding the pentacles. You're holding the scales. And you get to decide how much or how little they help and what they're involved in, to what degree, etc. But this is definitely you asking for support around what you're passionate about. Let's look at this High Priestess, because you have this needed focus area here of really opening up into your own grace and your own beauty and your own sacred wisdom and knowledge. And you get the Magician and the Nine of Cups to clarify. Yeah, so this is going to, this energy of the High Priestess, when all those wands aren't coming at you and you can actually sit back and think, and you can be in your own energy and start to embody. And I don't mean think like overthink. I mean think like, wow, let me run a scan. Let me scan the field here. And let me look at how I can maneuver some of these things. It's actually going to bring you into a more fulfilled place. I see a lot of contemplation going on here, but yet I don't see overthinking. I think this is needed contemplation. I see the High Priestess being directly involved. There's a lot of movement with the High Priestess and the Magician. So things are going on, things are moving, you're shuffling things around. This is a very internal process here. And then there's these moments where you kind of like almost remove yourself from it and just have a look at it. And then you go back in and you're moving again and you're in your grace and you're embodying, and then you kind of come out. And I'm not saying you're getting disembodied. I'm just saying you just kind of come out in a relaxation, in a breath cycle, in something where you can like see, okay, I'm good. Now you can learn how to blend in the energies of the High Priestess and the sacredness and the sanctity of your peace with your exponential growth. Let's look at this Page of Wands here. And this is what you're leaving behind in the past. You get the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups. Working with a lot of page energy, I think you have the Wands, the Cups, and the Pentacles. Do we have a Page of Swords yet? I don't think I've seen one yet. Could come out. You've got a lot, though, that you're leaving in the past. There has been a cycle that has been brought to completion with this Ten of Swords. I think it definitely had its impact on you, and it felt like a huge kind of shock to your system. I almost see your entire nervous system being kind of exhausted by a relationship, or it could have even been a mental thought pattern that was holding you back from your exponential growth, right? So some sort of consciousness or mind virus or something that was interfering with your ability to open up to your new path. Well, now that you're leaving that behind and you've recognized, okay, I need to maybe, or you have put a little energy toward working on your nervous system, getting that back up to health, getting yourself back in a regulated state, putting forward the self-care with that Page of Cups into that energy has really been helpful to you. It's really been helpful to you. Yeah, because when our nervous system is completely exhausted, and that's what I'm seeing in this Ten of Swords, I'm not seeing like, I'm not seeing death, like you just like completely shut down and were like in bed or anything, bedridden. I'm seeing like a nervous system overwhelm and overload to the point where it kind of stopped you and you had to work on the self-care and you had to bring yourself kind of back into a balance where you could clarify your vision. Let's look at the strength that you're holding here with this Ten of Cups. You get the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles, Aquarius. You can't ask for better energy in your strength. This is you shining your light, being who you are, being so happy and proud of who you are, being able to enjoy what's coming along with this expansive success that you have found. And it's translating into your physical world. It's percolating in there and really giving you a sense of fulfilledness and completion, especially after, being wiped out having a wiped out nervous system in the past, and you know, moving away from that. This feels like, you know, like you've been walking in the cold for so long, and then you have a nice warm sunny day, and it just feels like you're getting that, you know, now, and it's showing up in your strength. Let's look at your future energies with this Knight of Wands. You get the Two of Swords and the Tower. Okay, so as you move forward, we've got more lessons coming, Aquarius. So here you are, you're feeling great, you're feeling happy, you're feeling fulfilled. You're letting all these energies percolate into your life. You're getting more comfortable with your success, with building your dreams, your desires. All of that is looking good. These future energies are showing a bit of a confused path, a bit of maybe there's a decision point. And since it's connected here to the Tower, this decision point has the ability to shake things up. Now, towers aren't necessarily always shaking things up in a bad way, but they can feel a little daunting and intimidating to us at times. It's kind of like, this one feels more like a skydiving experience where it's like, okay, I want to do it, but it's a big jump. You know, it's a big jump, and I'll be free falling, and oh my gosh, what's happening to the tower behind me, and this and that. But it's like your soul must move forward in the direction of shaking things up, taking the risk. You have the Fool over here in your hopes and fears, right? Your soul is on fire. And despite what decisions come up, you may have the decision to stay small or stay quiet when really you need to talk and say something and act upon something here. So keep that in mind. That may be coming up here in the near future for you. But remember, your soul is on fire and you must follow your soul's path. Let's look at this Eight of Swords and your advice and support. You get the Two of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this is taking the time maybe to reflect. Now, yes, we can do this kind of work by ourselves, but I see you actually working with someone else to reflect upon everything you've gone through, because this has been a big part of your evolutionary journey where you're actually dealing with a lot of the physical results of everything, a lot coming at you, a lot of communication is going on, a lot of things are happening, there's scheduling being done, right? There's all of this, and getting that support to be consistently speaking with someone or working through any kind of doubts that you might have with someone, any kind of maybe even like past like triggers that might pop up or past people. I see you working with another individual to kind of help you through that. And with this Ace of Cups, at the same time, you're gifting yourself the gift of self-love. And you're gifting yourself the gift of a full cup. And having this trusted advisor, mentor, friend, whomever it is that this person is, I feel like you will know who this is for you. They are so good at kind of holding the space and holding the map, I think, for you to analyze, for you to navigate. Like, you're doing all the work, but they're holding the space for you in a really, really lovely way. And so lean into that advice and support from them, because it really does help you fill your cup. And remember, in the past, you want to leave behind getting to the point where your nervous system is completely overwhelmed. And it's okay to ask for support with that. In your environment, the Page of Pentacles was showing up. This new relationship to finances in the material world, and you get the Hanged Man and the Queen of Cups. You're definitely looking at things differently. And for some of you, I feel that like this could have been having to do with your upbringing and the way one or both of your parents handled money. You're looking at money and resources much differently, and you want it to be different than one or both of your parents. I don't know if they were kind of like not good at saving, or they kind of spent money flagrantly, or maybe they were stuck in a lack mentality and times were really just hard for them over and over and over and over again. And so you're really trying to like do something different than your predecessors have done. And you've got the Queen of Cups coming in, which you're looking at it through the lens of self-care, which is really beautiful. This also is like a water sign energy. So this mentor of yours, they could be, you know, have the water sign energy perhaps. They mirror really good self-care for themselves, and it mirrors to you, it reflects to you, and you're inspired by it. This is you being inspired to care for yourself and care for your resources and your finances and your belongings. Okay, so this is really beautiful showing up in your environment. And again, you're trying to do something different than your parents, your predecessors. You're looking at it differently because maybe there were some issues there. Let's look at these hopes and fears that you have. You have the Fool in that position, and you get the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So the fear that I get for you, Aquarius, is that at times you're feeling like, oh my goodness, did I bite off more than I can chew? Did I really do all this? And how in the world am I going to continue carrying the storage? You know, how can I carry all of this? How can I move forward with that? That's the fear. The fear is kind of creeping in, and there's doubt. Doubt is the fear here. Doubt, that is the lingering, you know, little pesky thing that keeps kind of coming into your energy. Whereas the Queen of Pentacles, now she is stabilized, she is nurturing, she is heart-centered, she is confident, but she's confident and productive, but in a very subtle way. She is the one that people recognize her boundaries when they see her, and they honor her boundaries. She's the one that demands her boundaries be honored. And so I think your hope is that to have those good boundaries, and it's not only with other people, it's with yourself and your work-life balance, okay? Because there's a lot happening here. And having those boundaries so you can come back to yourself and nurture yourself, right? And you kind of have this little tug of war going on there. But that's okay. That's just energetic, and that's how we work with it. Let's look at this Hierophant here for your potential outcome. It's clarified by the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, and the King of Swords. Yeah, you've got a little, like these water sign kind of influences coming in. They feel more supportive to me. It could just be working with water energy yourself. You are the water bearer, right? Instead of bearing the water, though, we're going to have you bring the water within and really work with it from that perspective. This entire experience of you opening up to your success and your actual rewards on a whole new level is bringing you into like such a place of authority and such a place of knowing that you know that you know that it's just very transformative. And so when I'm looking at that Death card, I am feeling transformation for you. But it's transformation into a much more independent feeling of authority and being the author of your own life, because I believe that's what you set out to do. And you're very, what's the word? This is your resolve. Like you're very resolved to maintain this freedom and this spiritual authority for yourself. When we think of the Aquarian energy, it is a very free energy. It does not like to be bound down. It does not like to be tied up. It does not like to be, you know, claustrophobic, even more so than some of the other signs. It cannot tolerate that in its energetics because freedom is the key. And freedom not just for the self, definitely freedom to have authority over the self, but freedom for all, right? And that's the beautiful humanitarian aspect of Aquarius. Wow, lots of beautiful things happening here, but tons of big expansion and rewards flowing in. Aquarius, let's close off your reading with a card from the Herb Crafters Tarot. You got the Nine of Fire, Wild Cherry. The fruits of creative passion feed the spirit. Perseverance and determination cultivate courage. Approach your responsibilities with excitement and energy. Lamas celebrates many months of dedication to the land. Your efforts have paid off. The fruits of your labor have come to bear. It is time to make magic with your hard-won harvest. Wild Cherry lends itself to many delightful potions and remedies. Invite playfulness into your work. Express personal power through creativity. Let your spirit glow like the bright red berries that shine in a thick hedge. You have the strength and stamina to meet life's demands with confidence. Absolutely, Aquarius. This is exactly what I have seen in your reading. It's this expansion and it's this confidence of meeting all of these beautiful rewards that are coming into your life. And it is like you've worked for it. You created it. You've called it in and it's showing up now. And this is, I mean, I want this reading for every sign, honestly. And so do you. This is why you do what you do, because you want this beauty and expansion and growth and authority and creativity for everyone. That's what's beautiful about your energy. It is for you, but it's also for others. You're allowing it to be. And so how cool is that, that now you can take these rewards and this payoff and create something even better. And maybe that's what that Knight of Wands is in your future. You're going to be getting a whole nother level of passion. It's going to shake things up in a great way when you make that decision. So Aquarius, amazing reading. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to see you next time.